Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Swahle, also known as Siva, and today I'll be giving you a makeup tutorial on how to get this bronzy makeup look. It's very glossy, it's very shimmery, it's very summer sunsetty. I've got my long gold earrings that I got from Mr. Price. I've got my Versace-esque dress that I got from Ehonjin. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. Plus, I include a little rant. There's a little rant in here about the treatment that I got at a nail bar. So yeah, so I'll be giving you guys a tutorial and a rant at the same damn time. So this video might be a bit of a lengthy one, but I hope you guys enjoy. It's been a while. Like this look. This is the look that I'm gonna go for whatever dinner event or whatever that I'll be having in good December. Like, God forbid Corona ruins my December again. Okay, let's not say again, like ruins my December, but golden, like it almost looks like yourself, but just enhanced. So I really love it. So I copped this palette from, you guys can see my new ring light. I copped this from Clicks, I think about 2 days ago. Yeah, it's called, yeah, it's just a palette. It doesn't have a specific name, and I removed the sticker goes. I thought there was something interesting at the back here, but it doesn't come out like this. It's a black sticker with the actual name of the palette, but I removed it and I threw it away because I wanted to read thinking that something in our paya, but it actually wasn't. So yeah, oh wow. So I'll show you the colors on the palette, the ones that I'll be using, and then as I do it, I'll try and remember to show you guys as I'm doing it, because there are no names on this palette. So if I can't say to you in the shade this, so that for whatever you have the palette with you, you can do it, because it's just not there. Ching ching. Which is mad. Fine. So okay. Dear Paya Nike. Dim inbox eh. I took no. She doesn't work with appointments. She only works with walk-ins, and here's her number. Yay! I'm already put off now, because first of all, what's the point of giving giving me your number if you don't do appointments? Like, what I'm gonna call for? Eating. I don't like feeling like, come on, number 25 to do in nails, and it'll take 45 minutes. It's already long enough to do your nails. How much more when you have to wait again? Come on. I hope this all makes sense. So I was like, nah, that's the only reason why I stopped going is that I wanted a place that was close to home, and also they never had parking as well, because now I started driving. Before I'd catch a taxi, I'd walk there and walk home, and now if I'm going to stay there longer and get past 8 to catch the last taxi to Amalinda, it's not safe for me to walk there, and it takes us whatever. So I felt some type of way. Maybe it's because I don't know. Yeah, but fine. Okay, let me just see how this works when I get there. Yeah, but cool. So I'm going to be going in with this orangey color. You guys know me in orangey colors. So I'm going to be going in with this orangey color here. A bit lower between this color and, yeah. So I got there 12. And then first thing I asked was, okay, who's the last person? Yeah, well. And then and from the reason why I asked this question is because I noticed that I'm the last person. Yeah, well. I tried to get there as early as possible, like not get lunchtime or anything like that. Late 10 guy wasn't anywhere near paydays, so I, in my mind, was prepping myself for a setup where it's not going to be as full as it would be close to people's paydays and close to like a weekend. I went there like on a Wednesday at like 5 to 12. Come on. So I presume that's the time where there wouldn't be that many people. Yeah, well, fine. Hike. Dear Payana. I ask her who is the last person, and then she's like, okay. And the reason why I presumed I was the last person is because there were 3 people doing nails. She was the one doing, I think she does the final steps, as in like the art and the glossy stuff and whatever, but everyone else does the tips and the filing and the clippings. So yeah, they were all occupied. There was no one sitting on the bench. Fine. So I was the last person, and then she's like, okay, there's the girls doing clippings on the side is like, you're the last person. Yeah, bro. So clearly distance, and I'm okay, I'm the last person. Ooh, thank God. And they haven't started anyone. And then the person who owns the whole setup is like, there's 2 other girls in front of you, but they're still on their way. So now I'm already annoyed because I'm like, listen, if you have an appointment-based place, I have a non-appointment-based place, you can't have a setup where you're telling people, bah, there's 2 people in front of you, there's 1 person in front of you, there's 1 person in front of that. It should be first come, first serve. So if I get there and there's no one there, I'm the last person. There's no 2 other people in front of me. That's just weird. Fine. Okay, fine. Maybe these 2 people are going to the shop and they're coming back. Yeah, well, fine. Okay. Go to the 2 people in front of me. Delete. So we're going in with this color over here, this dark brown color over here at the very end, just to deepen that eye a bit. And I wait. When I tell you, and now what made me a bit assured was that she was like, no, don't worry about it. The line goes by quickly. Yeah, so okay, I get sure. If your colors are now, yeah, and there's 2 other people, then the waiting period isn't that bad, because if I'm the last person here, there's 2 other people. If they come by, there's 2 other people to start them off, and then the line will continue and I will get into the rotation. Yeah, so it won't be such a bad wait. Fine. Time goes by and I'm still waiting for these 2 supposed customers to pop by. Yay, I'm gonna wait. Normally, if I'm in set up like that where okay, I should wait and see how things go. My time is my time. I don't care if I'm gonna get home and watch TV all day, but I don't like waiting for it. So I would rather sit there, wait for an hour, and an hour is a lot. I'll wait for an hour and then leave. If the bomba okay, and the reason why I want to do this rant is that I noticed that there's certain traits and certain behaviors that seem to be very common in nail places in it down that I just don't like. And I don't feel like I should go to... There shouldn't be a big difference between 2 services. Like when you go to an upmarket place, I have to pay double the price for in-nail engayithandiyo. Okanye ndinyamezele uhlele down to get my nails done at the certain art and certain this and that, and nyamezele ugezela. That's the 2 things that I find very shocking and I don't like. And I've gotten my nails done at down before and I've experienced way better customer service than that. That's the only reason why I decided to speak up about this experience that I had with this one. I've had my nails done in cheaper areas, cheaper places where the environment is cramped up, there's no AC, there's no fan, there's no whatever, but customer service is on point. You get in, you get out, you know? So fine, okay, it's fine, it's whatever. So I wait. Eventually, after, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this, close to an hour later, I must wait until like the hour. So as an hour approaches, only then these 2 girls arrive. So fine. When these 2 girls arrived, I don't know if she felt bad or she felt, I don't know, weird about it, but she started with my nails first. And maybe she felt like because I was only getting getting a manicure that she should start with me. Sorry. Because those 2 girls, they walked in and then I could notice by their friends. Okay, cool. And then the 2 girls, the one is doing a soak off and then she's getting a manicure. The other one is doing manicure and pedicure. Yeah, so I was only getting a manicure and then she's like, okay, I'll start with you. And so I'm thinking, okay, this is a good start. Because I was here, technically I was here first. Fine. And then she starts with me. I'm going to take the brush that I used orange with just to blend out that brown color a bit at the ends there. Fine. So she starts with me and then cool. But now, this is where it started going downhill for me. As she's starting my nails, normally when you do nails, sometimes the person will pull your hand forward like so, right? And they'll do your nails and whatnot. And then when they're shaping, maybe they'll flip it upwards and then shape, depending on how they want to do, however the way they work. This girl was turning my fingers like turning this finger like this and this, and I'm like, do you forget that I have bones? And come on. So she's turning my fingers this way, turning, and so I don't know how she works. My other nail guy that I went to, I knew about, okay, this way, and that's it. There's no other weird way. So she was turning my fingers but because I want to get my nails done. Yeah, and then she's like huffing and puffing the whole time. Okay. And then she says to me, she pauses and she says to me, but listen, we are libazisa because there's two other girls in front of you and you make a pam kwabo. So stop stiffening up your hands because you're making me take forever. You're making me slow. Hey, I was like, what the hell? I was like, what the hell? Who the hell do you think you're talking to? And guys, I'm not an aggressive person. I'm not a person where I'm here for fighting and I'm here with my hands up just ready to fight whenever. I'm not that kind of person. So it took me aback a bit. Guys, you'd swear I have somewhere to go. You'd swear. Anyway, I have my fan on, so that's why there's a buzzing sound next to me because it's really, really hot in this land. And so I'm going to try and switch it off and on in between. And then, yeah. Okay, so when I'm doing cut creases, I like having a gradient of colors. So I like starting with a lighter color and then going towards a darker color. So as much as the darker color might be a very super bright color, but the one in front will be brighter than bright. Fine, so if you notice, so this one I'll put at the ends, and then I'll start off with this one, and then go in with this color, and then finish off with this color. Fine, this girl, I'm like, what the fuck? Yay, guys, I've had my nails done a few times. I don't know, but it's in the leg girl. Yeah, well, and I don't know, people have this thing where when you have braids on, you seem like a brookie or something. I don't know, because all the other girls, they had weaves and, were driving Mercs and Beamers. I don't know what the criteria of judgment is, Payana, but yay, I was not appreciating that comment. I've never had that comment before, and even the first time I went to go do my nails, I've never had someone say to me, but your hands are so stiff, you're making me do slowly. Never in my life. Fine. Okay, I'm already put off now. And I can't leave because she already started doing my nails. Yeah, well? Fine. And then eventually, this looks so bad. And then eventually, because this palette is super pigmented. I really like Makeup Revolution's eyeshadow palettes. They really pop off. I really, really like them. Fine. Yay! Kelanta Basana is like filing and doing all these things, but she's like super slow. And then eventually she starts doing, she's like, okay, now, so that the lady can, what was she gonna do? I think she's gonna put some coat. There's that like see-through coat most that they put on. Fine. So she sends me to the other lady, and then that lady does my nails. So she puts that coat, literally I just have to, then when she was done, I had to just wait. So she was probably like, fuck you and your stiff ass hands, I'm gonna do my friends now, and then you will see how that goes. Because I literally sat there and she did her friends, and then that was it. She never she didn't come back to me. And I'm thinking, I'm already doing my hands, so I would think that you would try first before you go on to other people. So fine, I'm mad as hell. But now my nails are already like 80% done, so I can't really do much. I can't leave. I can't do anything. So she tries to get her friends done, and it literally feels like it felt like I was being included in a group of friends, and then when they saw that I was not cool enough, they were like, fuck you, you'll sort yourself out. So I sat there in the side, and I promise you guys, it took her almost an hour to get back to me doing something else. Otherwise, I had been there, and what frustrated me was like, I got there, almost, I said to you guys, I got there at like 5 to 12. By 3 o'clock, I was still in the mix of waiting for something to happen. in the mix of waiting for some sort of progression to happen. It's not it. And you can tell by, like I said, because it is like literally. There was only one other lady there who I felt like regular, but she's the more, how should I say, unbiased, I guess. Because she was the one like, guys, listen, you are taking, she was like, listen to me, you're taking forever. And now I'm going to have to leave these nails halfway done because, yeah, there's so much going on and I have to go help my husband. So she left. And I'm like, if this lady can get here like an hour or so ago, because she came back after I was there. And she can just be like, nah, bro, like, I'll come back tomorrow because you that slow to me. And then she's like, okay, eventually at like close to 4 o'clock, she comes to do my nails again. By this time, she's done the manicure, pedicure. She's done the manicure in your chum. So I'm like, so you mean to tell me that I have to wait for all these other people? This is not okay. Like, no one has to go through all this kind of admin for Amazipo. And I would have understood if it was my first time getting my nails done, like, okay, this is clearly how it's done. But that was not my first rodeo. And the one thing that I think also annoyed me was that what annoyed me then was that when I first saw her, like on Instagram, I was like, this girl looks so familiar, but I don't know where I know her from. Only for me to really recognize her when she was talking. So when she was talking about how when she used to go Esther, and I was like, shit, I knew it. I knew that's where I knew you from. She used to work quite Esther, yeah, well. So I'm like, fuck, I knew this lady from somewhere, yeah, well. So she's going on about, and this one literally pissed me off even more, is that when I got there, she was ranting to these other ladies about how someone, I'm switching on the fan again, how someone had complained and said that she's terrible to her customers, and how she felt like she was not terrible to her customers. She's a super great person, you know. And so I felt bad for her when I first got there. I'm using my MAC foundation in the shade NC50. So I felt so bad about that, but I shame, man. Like, I really like when girls empower themselves and do better, and when you elevate yourself in whatever industry you're in, when you finally break out from being an employer to an employee, I really vouch for that. Like, I'm so into that, yeah. So when I saw her, I was like, shit, I recognize you from here. At the same time, to see you here after all these years of me not going to Esther, I was like, wow, like, shame, kudos to her. And I didn't feel like there's a need for me to go, yeah, I recognize me. It doesn't make a difference, don't, yeah, boy. It doesn't change anything, yeah, but I was really, in my mind and in my heart, I was like, wow, like, I'm really proud of this lady, and whoever is saying all these things is a shit person. They're terrible people for saying that she's giving bad service, yeah, only for her to give me bad service. And I was like, okay, maybe there's a reason why people think you're this person. Yeah, and none of these friends sitting next to her are saying, okay, maybe if you did this and that. Nope. What? I'm using my Fit Me concealer. It says 40, so it's shade 40, I guess. So, I shouldn't have to be your friend to get good service. And this is what I hate about, I don't know if it's just Eastern Cape or South Africa in general, but I shouldn't have to know your mom, I shouldn't have to know your uncle, I shouldn't have to be friends with so and so in order for me to get good service. If you're offering a service, if you say to me, hey, I do nails, you should at least have good customer service because you're working with me. At least be nice to people. If you want my money, be nice to me. Like, don't be mean. But there are certain places where I've gone to do my nails, like the guy that I do my nails at, because he communicates if it's full or not. But I don't mind uhlala kuye. As much as he communicates, I don't mind uhlala kuye if he has a lot of people there, because he has good customer service. You get in there, ukubulisa emnyango, he'll tell you where to sit, he'll tell you if it's full or not, he'll tell you, he will, was funny, he won't ask you about your day. Like, he just wants you doing nails and get the hell out. That's it. Say hi to you, how you doing? It's been a while, if it hasn't, do your nails, tell you, price list is behind you. So you know exactly how much you're gonna spend. Because that's another thing that pissed me off, is that I literally had to go to her Instagram again to go check for prices. Is 170. I think it was 140 if you have normal nails, and then it's 170 if you have art. Yeah, but so I had art on my nails. I had the glitters, as you guys can see. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna pay for the glitters. I'm gonna pay 170, right? Because that's the price that she's been advertising on her thing. And the price is only stated in certain pictures and not stated in others. Like it's stated in like I think 1 or 2 pictures. The rest people have to ask about how much. So I've baked off camera, as you can see, about how patchy I look. And now I'm putting in my compact powder from Essence in the shade Toffee. Fine. You guys know I contour using bronzer, so you know the vibes already. So yeah, man. So eventually she gets to doing my hand again, and it took her, and this time I don't know if I'm being stiff or not, because my battery decided to eventually die because of me waiting there for so long. So eventually I finished there at around 4:45. Remember, I got there at 5 to 12. I finished at 4:45. I finished at 4:45. And Nalapo, those 2 friends that got there before me were done well within the same time as me. If not, like by the time I had to pay, they were only lingering around. Otherwise, they were done already. They're like done with everything. So I don't know if maybe they had more loose hands than me, or what. So, I don't know if you guys can tell, but I put bronzer, I put setting spray, and I put mascara and eyeliner. So I'm going to be putting on the dark eyeshadow, this one here on the underside, just to mesh up with the top part of my eyelids. Really, like I shouldn't have been over backwards to get a service that you're offering. It's not fair on anyone. Ukubon, I'm a first-time customer, and now you've lost me as a customer. How much more when your friends decide to stop being your friends or whatever, and now they demote your business, and they decide, So I'm using the blush from my Into the Snow palette right here, and yeah, I'm gonna use the Pink Wink color. It's a peachy color. It's this one over here. It's the peachy color. I really liked it from the other review that I did earlier on. I'm gonna use my finger just to do that. So I just want to add a little bit of color to it. I know it appears ashy. Peachy color that I really like. So if you see, when you're having a bronzy look, I think when you have a peachy sort of color instead of like a pink, anything like that, it kind of becomes the opposite. Like you want to have a look that's like yourself but enhanced. So if you're brown skin toned, you want to have a color that complements your undertones and complements and warms up and brings out and enhances your face, you know. So I'm using this color right here to try and do all of that, but I'm using my finger just to blend it in nicely with that contour bronzer that I had earlier on. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna do lips now, and while I wait for my lips to dry, while I do lips, I'm gonna wait for my eyelash glue to dry on my eyelashes. So I shouldn't have to go rant. I shouldn't have to DM you. I shouldn't have to write in your little what's that little boxes they have where you write about the service you got, your review box. I shouldn't have to do any of that for you to get good service. Like, it doesn't make sense, Londo. It's just so unfair. I'm using my Wet n Wild eyeliner for my lips. So fine, 4:45, and then even Alapo, she is so preoccupied with doing other people's nails. I had to go to her and ask about, okay, how much is it going to be? Like, how much is it for? Oh, I'm overlining my lips. A very Kylie Jenner moment here, but just to be sure. But at the same time, I knew that she said it was 170. Like, it's 170 on her Instagram page. So I was like, just confirming that. I don't know. I'm the type of person, even if you quoted me 200 Rand, I'll ask you when I get to you about, okay, how much is it again? And you'll tell me. Come on. Guys, did she not say it's 200 Rand? I was like, your page literally says it's 170. Like, what if being in a malokwela and then depended like 30 rand to go home? Only for you to tell me that no, it's actually 200 rand. Yeah, well, and even the other girls that were there, like working, well, not working, the other girls that were doing their nails, her friends were like, "Hey, we're me by 200. Hey, what kind of chummy, you know, corona, nye, 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 nye." And I was like, okay, I mean, the pandemic did affect a lot of businesses, so it makes sense. I'm not gonna tell her, but it's overpriced or whatever. It's not my place to tell her that. But then corona did have a lot of effects on small businesses, but at least update your social media platforms where you're advertising this service. Yeah, well, so I was like, yeah, okay. Fine, I get it. It could be extra to that. It could be 200. So I'm using my. This is also an Essence lip gloss. I don't know if you guys can see. I don't know what I'm doing here. The wine is getting to my head. This is an Essence lip gloss, and I'm gonna top it off with this pink lip gloss over here, just to give it a nice glossy lip. It's a bit more natural. If you guys can see, my lower lip is very pink, so I'm gonna use the brown just to add on with the whole bronzer look. But then I'm gonna go in with the pink look just to make it a bit more natural. So I had to like ask her, and Alapo, there's like all these people around her, all this commotion, and I'd be like, how much is it? And I'm like, if I was a terrible person, judging from the treatment that I got, I could have just walked out of here and she was not gonna even notice. Like, she doesn't even know my name, she doesn't know where I'm from. Oh, and social distance? What social distance? Social distance yourself, pa. Like, there was no such. It was like every day is no corona free. Like, it was a corona free zone as such. There's no social distance. Her mask was like here. Like, there was no social distance, no sanitizer. I had to use my own sanitizer. I social distance myself. Like, none of that. Everything was just like pushed away. Like, everything was like bunched up. Like, everything's here. Some of her customers weren't even wearing a mask because it made them uncomfortable. I'm like, you know what's more uncomfortable than wearing a mask? Dying. Dying is uncomfortable. Like, dying, being on your deathbed because of corona, is more uncomfortable. I would rather put on a mask than just saying, and suffocate. Bitch. And I got because it told me I came did, so it was all like, you are chone. I'm like, if she has corona and she gives you corona, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna, like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Come on. Fine, you have to go to hospital and whatnot, but what are you gonna do? Like, person that was me on pause because someone sneezed on you and you didn't tell them to put on a mask. You didn't have a register, write down names of, I mean, let the register show, someone might write in, like, but it's whatever. I'd rather have a register and phone numbers and whatnot of people so that if you get infected or if you don't get infected, or if you get infected or someone else gets infected with Payan, you can alert all your other clients to be like, okay, cool. Or nah, both they can just know where they probably got it from, you know? Instead of you just, it's just wungena. That's whatever. Yeah, bro. So that's what I didn't like about it. I was just like, nah, I don't know if I'm gonna come back here. Unfortunately, the style of nail that I like now is what she's doing. She's the only person that does the nails like this in East London that I like. This is a very long rant, and I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Otherwise, I want to go on about what the hell. What the hell? And like I said, I've been doing my nails since 2012. And I've experimented with a few people here and there, but I've never had experience like that before. I've gone to places where the standard of living here and standard of doing service here is very, very poor. But I didn't mind. I will never disrespect someone's hustle. I'll never disrespect someone trying to make themselves elevate themselves, or they start and their starting point. I will never as long as you're good to me and you respect me, that's fine. That's more than okay. It's another now when I'm paying and you're in this place that, as much as it says Stratway and it's in a barber shop, because her shop, I put too much spray on my brush and now I look like I have water dipped on my face. I'm using the Into the Snow face and eye palette which is this one over here. I hope you guys can see. I'm using the highlighters in here. So I'm using the highlighter called Glistening, which is this one over here. Oh, let me switch this off and hope you guys can see, because as much as it's helping with lighting, but it is making it almost too bright. So let's see. I think the lighting's a bit better now, so you guys can see sort of certain colors. So this one over here, I'm using that one. So it's a too wet, like, but at the same time, this eyeshadow palette, the colors are obviously little blocks, but I think because of the casing, they dipped in, like there's a bit of a distance, I would say, I don't know. So now you have to like dig in to get the color, and now because I'm using such a fluffy brush, it's hard for me to pick up the color. So I don't like what this brush is doing. I'm gonna use this brush and then use my fingers to just like blend it out. Yeah, well. So like I said, I'll never disrespect someone's hustle. I'll never make someone feel small for their hustle, as long as you're doing your job and you're treating me okay. And another thing, I don't know if it's the quality of work or maybe in gym, but this nail came off 5 days later. So now I'm really questioning if I'm gonna go back there. Like, am I really gonna sacrifice going there? And my usual nail person is only now starting to do art, but I think we are funda, so I'm not in the space right now to experiment with my nails. Like, I would rather get to you. Honestly, I just closed the curtain a bit just to show you guys the bit of highlights where I put the highlighter. I feel like the sun was becoming too harsh with the ring light. It's not a ring light. I want to try and highlight with some of the shimmers from this palette over here and see if that doesn't give me a more bronzier look, because I feel like I'm bronze, but I'm also a bit golden as well, and I was going more for a bronze than a gold. Like, I didn't tag the lady in my Instagram. I didn't mention her name now because I don't think I'm gonna go to her. I only promote, guys, I'm not influencer, I'm not someone who has major following, but I only try and promote people on my platforms, people that I feel like deserve it, or people that I can only vouch for that I feel like deserves to be vouched for. So I'm not gonna go around speaking about how amazing you are when you're not. I'm not gonna refer to someone else so they can get trash service and then come back to me and be like, "Aibo, bruh, like, what kind of mess is this?" I'll be setting my face using my Essence Summer Days and Nights Glow Enhancer Setting Spray, which is this one over here. I hope you guys can see it. Yeah, it's that one over there. Let me try and see if I can. Thank you so much for watching. Can you look at my face all glistening and glowy? Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for all the love. I'm so sorry for going MIA, but I'm back now. I've got a few videos loaded up, and I hope you guys enjoy them, and I'll see you guys next time.